Training camp is in full swing. That means it is time to churn the bottom of our Dynasty rosters. So let's talk Dynasty stashes coming out of the early part of training camp. Let's kick it off with my favorite player on today's video, Deneric Prince with the Kansas City Chiefs. The undrafted 6', 216-pound rookie is showing out in camp, and early signs are, at least from beat reporters, that he is going to lock up a roster spot very, very quickly. Now, it may be as the RB4, it may be as a special teamer, but basically everything from camp says he should be on the 53-man roster come week 1. Right now, he has been running with the ones with Mahomes and co, and that's because Isaiah Pacheco is hurt. Like, that is a big part of this, but they are still giving him an opportunity to show what he's capable of doing. He has 4.4 speed. He ran for over 1,700 yards his final season in college, but that hasn't been really his role in training camp, apparently. He has been used in the pass game. He is expected to push Jerick McKinnon, and Jerick McKinnon had a great season last year. I am a big Jerick McKinnon fan. He's also over 30 years old at this point, so there's room for another running back. There is room for somebody to push him. I don't think Jerick McKinnon is fully locked into this roster, and Deneric Prince could be the reason he gets cut. Moving over to the wide receiver position, we have Jason Brownlee, the undrafted free agent with the New York Jets. Over the last week, his highlight catch over Sauce Gardner basically made its rounds on Twitter. It made its way to ESPN. It has been everywhere, and the hype has continued to build for the 6'2", 190-pound rookie. Now, he's only running with the ones because obviously Garrett Wilson is hurt. Allen Lazard has dealt with injuries. Corey Davis, Randall Cobb, everybody has either been sick or hurt to some extent. And basically that has opened the door for Brownlee to play with Rodgers, to play against guys like Sauce Gardner. And then on the side, he's getting work with Aaron Rodgers. They are talking how to run routes, what Rodgers prefers. Those types of things matter. And it's a really busy depth chart. Like, there are a lot of guys. You have Wilson and Hardman and Lazard and Cobb and Corey Davis, all of these names. But what they are missing outside of Garrett Wilson is a young presence, is a young up-and-comer. That's what Brownlee can fill. I think realistically, he's not going to make a lot of noise in fantasy, but right now he is worth the dart throw. He's only rostered in like 28% of leagues, so if you have an open roster spot, you should be paying attention to Jason Brownlee. Getting back to the running back position, we have Kenny McIntosh, the 7th-round rookie out of Georgia, who gets drafted by Seattle and basically is now looking, or was expected to be, potentially the RB3 in this offense alongside Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. Well, things have already started to shift just a little bit. Zach Charbonnet is out with a shoulder injury, and then Kenneth Walker is out with a groin injury. Both of these have undisclosed timelines. So now it is Kenny McIntosh and it is DJ Dallas fighting for the quote-unquote starting job, at least in training camp. In college, Kenny McIntosh was a fantastic receiving back. Unfortunately, he wasn't really ever utilized in a workhorse role. They didn't really lean on him as a runner at Georgia either. And I think ultimately, Kenny McIntosh is not going to be good at the next level. He is a terrible athlete, and like I said, he's never truly earned, a large workload, right? You can look at Deneric Prince, who we just talked about. He had a massive workload in college. He went undrafted, but his team has shown the ability to give him a ton of touches, and competition is vastly different at Georgia, so that plays a factor. But Kenny McIntosh really just does not have a lot going for him, other than the fact that Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker are currently hurt. If I have Kenny McIntosh, I'm looking to flip him for a third. And if Kenny McIntosh is on waivers, which he is in roughly 30% of leagues, I'm going to go out and add him, because if injuries linger into the season for Charbonnet and Walker, someone may give up a third, maybe even a late projected second if they need running back depth. So that's the main reason to add him. I'm not adding him because I'm actually excited about what he could bring to my team. Before we get to our 4th and final player, if you guys want 2 additional names that we're breaking down, go ahead and check out the DLF YouTube membership. There are a ton of videos over there already for you, and we are adding to that bank weekly. You're going to get multiple extra players with almost every single video that we publish. So go ahead, check out the DLF YouTube membership. Now, to close it out, we have a New England Patriots wide receiver, and he's a 6th-round rookie. But it is not Kayshon Boutte. We are not going down that path. He should remain on waivers. Instead, we are looking at Demario Douglas, the 5'8", 179-pound slot wide receiver. According to New England Beat, Demario Douglas has been making waves in camp, right? He has been gritty. He has been nails. Everything you want to hear about your slot wide receiver. He's playing with, higher physicality than his size. all the buzzwords, he is hitting on them. And the truth is, he is playing with the ones already. He is pushing for that third wide receiver spot. He's in the mix with Kendrick Bourne and Tyquan Thornton and Kayshon Boutte. He has shown that he belongs in this offense. And when you go and look at his college profile, he did earn targets at a freakish rate, right? His final season in college, he had over a 30% target share. Ultimately, he's a long shot, right? He's an undersized, late round rookie pick, but it's New England. Weirder things have happened. This team will find slot wide receivers that just happen to work out, right? Look at Julian Edelman, look at Wes Welker. There's something that could be there with Demario Douglas. And quickly, 3 other names you guys should be monitoring, right? We do have Deion Jackson with the Colts. With everything going on, Zach Moss hurt, JT holding out but injured, but on the NFI list, whatever it is, Deion Jackson is the number 1 running back on the roster, and he performed well, at least for fantasy, last season when he was given a shot. Also, we have Marquez Callaway now with the Denver Broncos. KJ Hamler is, waived with a heart condition. Tim Patrick tore his Achilles. Marquez Callaway is now the 4th wide receiver in Denver. He was drafted by Sean Payton. He returns to a Sean Payton offense. Keep an eye on him in really deep leagues. And lastly, you have Rico Dowdle, who is making noise and pushing Malik Davis for that RB2 spot in Dallas. If he actually wins that job, we don't know. I don't even know if he'll make the roster. But again, if you were just looking for dart throws at this point, go ahead and scoop up any running back that is pushing to be the number 2 in a high-powered, high-profile offense. All right, guys, that is all I have for you. Again, if you like what we're doing here, check out the channel, subscribe, watch other videos, all that good stuff. Also, subscribe to the DLF YouTube membership if you want extra content, basically with every single video we publish. So go ahead, check out the DLF YouTube membership. As always, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.